At the time of publishing this video, we are almost a week away from the release date of the PlayStation 5 in the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Mexico, and South Korea. Sony's next-gen console will then release in other markets worldwide a week later on the 19th November. Is it a great time to be a gamer? You bet! However, if you live in Malaysia or any neighboring Southeast Asian countries, save for maybe Singapore, you are in the dark. Believe it or not, most of us do not know when the PS5 will be officially reaching our shores. Heck, we don't even have any information on pre-orders. Can you believe that? In 2020. The Southeast Asia market is still behind when it comes to access to the latest technology. A quick check with our media friends out of Manila and Jakarta resulted with similar answers. Like Malaysia, both markets have very little to zero knowledge in regards to the PS5. Why is that? Before we start, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button for more awesome Southeast Asia video game made content. We post new vids every week. Let's start! Now, if it's always been the case with a company's past-gen products, with say the way it has always been with Microsoft and their Xbox, most of us would not be so worked up. Microsoft has focused on very few niche markets in Asia, namely Singapore and Hong Kong, for the lifecycle of their 360s and their Xbox Ones and its future upgraded iterations. Their absence or lack of presence in regards to the marketing of the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S in Southeast Asia is very much expected. We are disappointed, but totally not surprised. For better or worse, at least they are consistent. You can't apply that same mindset with Sony and the PS5, however. At the end of the PlayStation 3's lifecycle, even before the reveal of the PlayStation 4, we have witnessed a shift in their marketing strategy. They started paying attention to the Asian market, I mean all of it, specifically the Southeast Asia region. The Southeast Asian media were invited to special junkets for game releases. Several legendary game makers were flown down to these parts of the world to promote their games. Regardless of the size and stature of your website or YouTube page, you were equally informed and able to attend these things without flying all the way to the US or UK. We felt valued. Sony Interactive Entertainment's focus in the region ramped up during the early years of the PS4. They even set up an office in Singapore. Now that they're much closer to the Southeast Asian market instead of commandeering from afar in Hong Kong, the local teams did the smart move of recruiting the best that Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and of course, Singapore had to offer. These people were on point. They know the market better than Microsoft ever could. They got acquainted with not only the media who were obviously enthusiastic with this development, but also the local distributors, brick-and-mortar outlets, and set up a chain of collaborations ranging from upcoming YouTubers and most recently, influencers! Needless to say, during a period when Microsoft didn't bother to give the SAM market even a bit of a peep, Sony charged full-on with the Southeast Asia market. As a direct result of that, this makes them the undisputed leader in the Asian home console sphere. So what gives? What's with the sudden, uncharacteristic drop in communication and support for a market that has always been so supportive leading up to the release of the PS5? It's definitely perplexing when not only were we kept in the dark, we weren't even given any clues whatsoever on what to expect immediately following the official global reveal of the PS5. It was as if the specific cable responsible for channeling information for SEA markets was abruptly yanked off its source in September. Repeated emails inquiring about the current status of availability, pre-order dates, and whenever we're even going to get the PS5 on time were met with a cold "PS5 news will be announced when ready" statement, which quite frankly raised more questions than answers. While our peers in the States are already unboxing and reviewing their PS5 units, the closest any SEA media got to the PS5 was last week, when our Singaporean media friends were invited to try out the PS5 at a private location in Singapore. Needless to say, folks in other Southeast Asia countries outside of Singapore are still stuck with the present gen for a foreseeable time. Look, we totally get it. Because of the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic, which pretty much threw everybody's plans for 2020 into the fire, the Asian market will inevitably face a delay in supplies and stocks of the next-gen peripherals. At a time where for many, finances have slowly become a very touchy subject, perhaps the delay of the PS5 might be a blessing in disguise. The money saved for next-gen consoles could be better used elsewhere, like paying bills or adulting, or saving up for another world-affecting catastrophe, I don't know. But what we do not appreciate is the sense that we are being treated as second-class citizens in this regard. In spite of the unwavering support the Asian market has given after all these years, the majority of it is still considered as an afterthought. Or even worse, taken for granted considering PlayStation's dominant position in the market. An acknowledgement or effort in informing us would have meant a lot. Make no mistake, Sony, Microsoft's decision of quote-unquote abandoning the majority of the Southeast Asia market played a huge role in coaxing gamers to shift their focus to you throughout the lifecycle of the PS4. There was a time when all Southeast Asian countries were treated as equals. Purchasing your PS4 in any country in the region grants a region-wide warranty service. An unexpected step which, while very few gamers have taken advantage of, was still a welcomed offering. Sadly, it's a stark contrast nowadays when, in their most recent marketing stunt to promote the PS5, revealed that entries from some countries only qualify to win low-tiered prizes in their contests. The biggest slap in the face? For the upcoming PS5 Asia celebration, only entries from a handful of Asian countries are eligible to win the big prize, which is obviously the PS5. Oh yeah, I can't wait to win a space fantasy theme for my last-gen device. Thank you, PlayStation Asia! To add more fuel to that dumpster fire, the PS5 won't be available in Japan stores and off-the-shelf purchases on 12th November. Folks who pre-ordered in Japan will still get their consoles, but no walk-ins or on-the-day purchases. This is due to safety measures regarding COVID-19, but it does bring some things we said in full circle. Like as if somehow most of Southeast Asia was knocked down a peg. Like you have to pick one among your favorite children. A bit of a Sophie's choice, really. In closing, what's the main issue here? Logistics? Market prioritization? Tiered importance? If Sony is concerned about the number of units they will actually be able to sell, then they should have focused on larger markets such as Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. A PS5 sold in Jakarta is no less valuable than one sold in Kisan. A PS Plus user in Kuala Lumpur is as important as the one living in Lavender. And before you say anything, no, Sony, Singapore does not represent the whole of the Southeast Asia market. Let's just put our tinfoil hats on for a bit. Perhaps Sony is so confident of their position in this particular market that they have opted to shift their focus on bigger battlegrounds of North America and Europe, where the breakdown between PlayStation and Xbox is still very even, while Asia is very much a fixed deposit for them. The battle has been won! Trim down the garrison! Send troops elsewhere! Oh, please do tell us that we're wrong here. Come on, prove us wrong. I mean, sure, by the time a couple of days have passed and that PS Asia stream happens, we might get some good news, maybe some changes after a lot of vocal fans and whatnot. But what is to stop PlayStation Asia to still keep on acting like the cock of the walk, when it knows its ardent fans are willing to take a frigative bullet for them and do free marketing or even grey market ordering, whether they are aware of it or not? Just remember, Sony, loyalty begets loyalty. Even a tinge of neglect will be swiftly followed by a market speaking their minds with their wallets. Relationships work both ways. Don't leave either side hanging or assuming the worst. Thanks a lot for tuning into this video. If you have any comments or outright dissonance and whatnot to share with us, do let us know on the comments below or on our website. And as usual, do subscribe to us and hit that notification icon for more Kakuchopurei video goodness. We post new content every week. See ya then!